Peekaboo, I see you. Guess who's back? Uh-oh.
Hey, has anyone not heard Jasmine's any of Jasmine's stories? Oh, you've never heard of a Jasmine story? Phoebe, you've never heard a Jasmine story? Oh my gosh. Niels, really? You've heard one? Does anybody have a favorite? Yeah, Spice, what's your favorite? Jasmine's camp story? She has like, what, 4 of them now? The one, you guys want to hear the camp stories?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have a couple, but those are too compromising, so not going to mention any.
Yeah, the ones that I'm mad at you about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here.
I might get a copy of those books to check those out.
She actually has a sale on them. Let's see here. Well, I'll just read out some titles for you while I look for the camp ones, because they are all over the place. We have Jasmine and the Water Bomb Gang. And you know, just to give you a little backstory, Jasmine is my cat. Most of the time, this is where I find out how naughty she is. And how naughty some of my children and neighborhood children can be. So.
I'm cute.
Yes, she is a wonderfully, she plays a baby, so she's an amazing person. Let's see here. I have all of her books, so I have to go through them all. Let's see.
Miss Dawn.
No more. I don't have any room for. I mean, everybody would want to move in. I'd be like tiptoeing around kids. Let's see here. Where are all my camp books?
That's silly.
Yeah, it might be my object folder. I've been looking. Jasmine. Oh, there's Jasmine Says Goodbye to Camp, so we'll pull that one out. Obviously, that's like one of the last books. And Sneaks into Camp. And Visits Camp. Is there 3 or 4 guys?
I don't know.
Yeah, just like, let's see. Yep, and then there's Leaves for Camp. Got 'em. Okay. Let's see. And
Miss Dawn.
helpers. What's nice is I actually, because I always struggled with the book's resin, and I told Jasmine, and I was, talking to, just said it out loud, and Jasmine took my idea, and that's why you have a cute little helper that goes with each of your stories. Because she created this cute little helper, and it helps res the pages a lot faster. Yes. It is awesome.
Awesome. Cool.
Yep. There's that one.
Miss Dawn.
Yep. Just getting my helper set up, guys. Okay. Alright, so we got those all set out. What do you mean, honey? You mean the actual, the reser comes with each book, silly. Or you mean sell it to other people that write books?
Oh.
Okay, let's see here. We have Jasmine leaves for camp. Let's see. I'm just going to raise it up here. And everybody sees it pretty well?
Yeah.
Awesome sauce. And these cute little kitties are texture changing. They are just adorable. And her little books come in like cat boxes. I actually have one of her boxes set out in my bedroom because he is so cute. You just click on it and his coat changes to different coats. The little butterfly on the cat changes. You could change the butterfly. It's adorable. Okay, let's see here. Alright, we're ready to start. Jasmine leaves for camp. She's so freaking cute. It was the big day, and Jasmine was so excited she could hardly keep herself from running around in circles. Her family was sleeping, but Jasmine had been awake for hours. When she heard her mama getting up, she ran to her bedroom door and meowed over and over until the door opened. "Good morning, Jasmine," her mama said happily. Jasmine was purring loudly, and yes, she purrs very loud. Everyone got dressed up so they could get their pictures taken. Even Jasmine got ready for the family photo by putting on her pink bow. They all went to a special place to take the photos. Jasmine was shocked because it didn't even look like her house. She was very confused, but she sat still and let Mama take lots of pictures. That was the family photo. I set up the photo shoot. It was very, very fun. And see, there's Jasmine sitting on the suitcases.
Aww.
Yeah, that was very cute. I think this is before Addie came to her. Addie and Rice, this is before them. Once all the picture taking was finished, everyone got changed into their camp outfits. It was time to go catch the bus. Wonder where those shorts are. When they got to the pickup spot, there were lots of parents and kids waiting to get on the next bus. There were lots of buses coming and going. Mama kept the kids and Jasmine safe on the sidewalk so they wouldn't get run over. Before they boarded, they got one more picture taken. Jasmine was very excited and couldn't wait to jump on board with Key and the whole family. But Jasmine got some disappointing news. She would not be allowed to go on the bus or to camp.
Aww.
I know it makes you want to cry. Jasmine may have been disappointed, but she wasn't going to let her little human pet go on the big yellow bus without her cat protector. She followed behind and ran down the center aisle. Just as she was about to climb up on the seat, she was taken off the bus by one of the counselors. Jasmine watched as the doors closed and the bus started to drive away.
Aww.
Get your tissues. This next page is going to make you cry. As soon as the counselor put Jasmine down, she took off running after the bus. She ran so close that the fumes from the bus made her choke, but she didn't stop. As it turned the corner at the bottom of the hill, she ran beside it. The park ranger was directing traffic, but she was too busy to meow. Poor Jasmine. Should do that. We should do a thing of where's Jasmine, because there she is again. Jasmine ran for what seemed like forever, and when the bus finally drove into the road, into the camp, she was very happy to get a rest. Catching her breath, she waited by the side of the road for the kids to exit the bus. As the door opened, she meowed happily and watched as everyone came down the steps, full of excitement. Jasmine forgot she wasn't allowed to go to camp. Dun, dun, dun. Jasmine followed the family to the camp entrance, but she wasn't allowed to go inside. She was a little sad because she had been so excited to go with everyone. To make her feel better, they told Jasmine she could visit on Family Day, and then again on Talent Show Day. This made her very happy. Oh, don't cry, Summer. It's okay. She just got told it's going to be Parents' Day soon, and Family Day, Family Day and Talent Show Day. She meowed and purred as her family walked into camp. And our Parents' Day is tomorrow. Are you guys excited? With her luggage bag hung around her neck and her panther hat sideways on her head, Jasmine sat and watched her little human pet Key as she walked down the path through the woods. Look at my baby. She felt a little sad, but she kept telling herself that she would see her soon on Family Day. Jasmine decided she would come to the camp entrance often to see if she could see her family. To be continued.
Dun, dun. Yeah.
I know, right? All right, the next one is, I believe she sneaks into camp first. Yeah. She sneaks into camp. Those glasses sure do look familiar, don't they? Okay. Jasmine sneaks into camp. Jasmine was missing her family so much that she couldn't help herself. She had to go to the camp entrance to see if she could find them. To her surprise, the gates were left open. She was sure this was some sort of mistake, but it didn't take her long to sneak inside and look around. Oh, look who's there. Do you see who's there? Who's in the middle of the book? After quietly roaming through the trees and bushes, hiding as much as possible, she wouldn't get herself caught. Niels snuck up behind Jasmine and gave her quite a fright. She jumped and meowed. Niels just laughed and ran off into camp, so Jasmine followed him. Niels was probably trying to escape then, too. I think that was the year you were arrested. It was very early in the morning, and someone had started a really nice fire, probably to cook some yummy fish from the lake. The thought of fresh fish made Jasmine's mouth water. She sniffed around a little and trotted off with her tail in the air, very excited and a little scared of getting caught. Oh my gosh. Jasmine circled the entire camp and loved all the sights and smells. Even though she didn't really like water too much, she enjoyed the lake because she could see the little fishies swimming by in the cool, clear water. She sat there listening to the birds chirping for a while before she got moving. This must have been really early because there's like nobody around. From across the lake, Jasmine thought she could see something very strange. She ran around the water's edge until she got close enough to see what was floating by the shore. It was a bear in a floaty! Jasmine wasn't scared, though, because the bear was fast asleep. Silly old bear. As Jasmine came to the edge of the trees by a wide-open field, she stopped dead still, frozen in fear. There was a fox standing in the tall grass. Jasmine waited for the fox to leave before she moved. Oh, look at that! Although the fox gave her a scare, Jasmine was feeling more comfortable as she pranced through the flowers. Occasionally, she leaped into the air to play with the pretty butterflies. On one bounce, she landed in front of a raccoon who was enjoying watching her play. He laughed, waving his paw at her, and then he took off into the woods. Jasmine had no time to even say hello. That's adorable. Jasmine could hear children laughing and headed in the direction of the sounds. Miss Gabby was getting ready to start story time. Jasmine was still afraid of being forced to leave, but she loved stories, so she crept in and lay down next to Niels. Miss Gabby read a few stories, but the very best was when she held her tongue and read a book of tongue twisters. Everyone was bursting with laughter. Jasmine had never heard anything so funny in all her life. She was so glad she snuck into camp because she was having a wonderful time. Looks like she was reading a Jasmine book too. When story time was over and everyone had gone to do their camp activities, Jasmine wondered where her little human pet was. She sniffed around until the scent was strong and she followed it. Oh, well, thank you, Gunny. Jasmine found her little human Key sleeping in her bunk in one of the girls' cabins. Purring very quietly, she watched her sleep for a little while. Then it was time to go. Aw, look at my baby. Her sleeping with her Ralph bed.
Aww.
On her way through camp, Jasmine found the counselor's cabin and snuck inside to see who was sleeping. You know what? Mr. Borg is sleeping right now. Same thing. She found Mr. Borg and Miss Mindy in different rooms. Oh, look, she got Miss Mindy sleeping. Suddenly, there was a creak in the floor, and once again, she was frozen in fear, terrified. She was extremely careful not to wake them up as she tiptoed sideways out the door and down the steps. Once on the ground, Jasmine decided she better get out of camp quickly. Jasmine bolted through the trees with her ears flat on her head and her eyes wide. Oh, she found Sophia. Near the edge of camp, on a bank overlooking the water, Jasmine jumped over a log and nearly landed on Sophia. She gave a weird meow and walked over, butting her head against Sophia's face gently. Sophia snuggled her, and Jasmine thought how awesome it was going to be on family visitation day. Jasmine was very excited. She could hear Miss Mindy closing the gate, so she got up and ran off into the bright summer day. To be continued.